WWE is awesome.
Seth freaking Rollins, and this is Bretto live on YouTube.
This is the Week in Review, episode 263, where we go over Raw and Smackdown in a WWE action figure setup style. Let's start off on Monday Night Raw, and let's go! We open up the show with one of the most hype Jey Uso entrances I have ever seen. He started back in freaking the concession area by a bunch of fans with like no security. I'm like, this is awesome. Comes out to the crowd, has the crowd absolutely berserk. Amazing way to open up the show, by the way. Comes out and gets interrupted by Chad Gable. I'm like, are you serious? Jay's talking about how he's going to win Money in the Bank, and here comes Gable to interrupt and be a demi-downer. I'm like, bro, really? So Gable's going to come out, say he's going to win Money in the Bank, and then he kind of disrespected Jey Uso a little bit when he mentioned the bloodline and family. Gable kind of took a cheap shot on Jay. They brawl it out a little bit, but then it gets interrupted after we hear the noise of the Wyatt Six. The Wyatt Six interrupt this. Jay kind of just fades away, and then it's just left. The camera's left on Chad Gable. Chad Gable gets chased around basically the arena. He's running around the arena in the crowd up by the stage, and he's just seeing all the members of the Wyatt Six except Uncle Howdy. He's seeing everybody. I'm like, oh my gosh, they're stalking Chad Gable again. He's literally trying to run away. So you got Nikki Cross out there, and then you have the other members, and they're all stalking him. And then he escapes this time. Chad Gable escapes. He gets away from the Wyatt Six, and then Nikki Cross, who obviously is the new member. I'm not sure what they're calling her yet. I wish we had some official names on all the members of the Wyatt Six. I really want some official names. Nikki Cross, just like she did last week, did deliver another tape to Michael Cole on commentary, and that was an interview that I want to talk about right now. On Monday Night Raw, later in the show, between Bo Dallas and Uncle Howdy, very similar setup to last week, but this time I feel like Bo Dallas in this interview really took on the Uncle Howdy persona. Like, he really took him in. Bo Dallas, and I quote, also said, I set them free in this interview with Uncle Howdy. So I feel like Bo Dallas could have possibly set the puppets of the Firefly Funhouse free and turned them into real life characters, like the Nikki Cross character, like the Eric Rowan character. I'm not sure. We will see what happens with this, but obviously this was another goated interview between Uncle Howdy and Bo Dallas, and I just can't wait to see Uncle Howdy wrestle in the ring. He is freaking menacing looking, dude. Like, he is actually scary looking. Is he scarier than The Fiend? What do you guys think? I don't know. Uncle Howdy's pretty creepy. This was our opening match where Karrion Kross went one-on-one with Xavier Woods. Kofi Kingston couldn't get the job done last week, but this week, Xavier Woods got the job done. He fought Karrion Kross. He picked up the victory, rolled him up, 1, 2, 3, but after the match, you already know, Final Testament ain't gonna stand for that. Paul Ellering was pulling the strings, and he had the Final Testament attack Kofi Kingston, attack Xavier Woods, and then freaking Karrion Kross locked in this really interesting arm hold on Kingston and freaking injured Kofi Kingston and forced Xavier Woods to watch this. Karrion Kross still trying to bring Xavier Woods over to his team, but I don't know if this is the right way about going about that, because why would you want to join the team of a guy that just destroyed and injured your literal best friend, your literal brother? Why would you want to join that team? But anyways, that's Karrion Kross's form of trying to gain Xavier Woods. I feel like they just need to split up the New Day already. They're kind of dragging this out a little bit. Woods just got to join the Final Testament. I'm not going to lie. Something's got to change with the New Day. Do we have a new World Women's Champion? Liv Morgan went one-on-one with Selena Vega for the World Women's Championship, and this match was freaking fire. They had me multiple times thinking that Selena Vega was going to win this match and freaking get her first world title in WWE. I'm like, oh my god, here we go. But then here comes that freaking slimy Dominic Mysterio, who is supposedly trying to help Selena Vega win by sliding in a steel chair to Selena Vega. I'm like, how are you thinking you're going to help Selena Vega by sliding in a steel chair? It's not a no disqualification match. You're going to get her disqualified, Dom. What are you doing here? This isn't going to gain her the title. So obviously, Dom's just trying to help Liv here. We all know this. So he slides the chair in. Selena Vega's attention gets directed towards Dom, and then Liv hits the Oblivion, retains her championship. I'm like, bro. And obviously Ray was out there too, but he couldn't help out. He got drop kicked by Liv Morgan, and it all broke down. And still, your World Women's Champion, the GOAT, Liv Morgan, who also infiltrated the Judgment Day Funhouse backstage and was playing WWE 2K with the frickin' Judgment Day. Damian Priest didn't really like that. Are there cracks forming in the Judgment Day? Finn Balor interrupts Seth Rollins promo. I'm like, what? why am I hearing Finn Balor's music right now? Like, where's Damian Priest's music? So Finn Balor interrupts and then starts exchanging some words with Seth, and then Damian Priest comes out. He's like, no, Seth, this isn't a trap. I'm sick of Finn Balor trying to get in my business. So then Finn Balor thinks it's going to be like a 2-on-1 beatdown. Finn Balor attacks Seth Rollins from behind, but Damian Priest is like, what are you doing? This is my business. This is for the world title. Finn, what are you doing here? He pulls him off of Seth, and you could just see the cracks forming. Rollins eventually does eat a South of Heaven from Damian Priest, and then Damian Priest and Finn Balor kind of make up a little bit, but you can still tell there's tension between Balor and Priest. Dude, does Seth win that world championship and Money in the Bank? I think it could happen. Prediction video on the channel. Check it out. But yeah, this is some good stuff here too. Like literal brothers, Finn Balor and Damian Priest. Obviously, cracks are forming, and I think it's awesome. It was the last Money in the Bank qualifiers match for the women's side of things. It was a triple threat match with Dakota Kai, Ivy Nile, and Zoe Stark. This triple threat match was just okay. We did see Kairi Sane come out and try to get involved, help Dakota Kai win, but it didn't work out because here came Alba Fire and Isla Dawn, who screwed over the damage control and allowed Zoe Stark to pick up the victory. So Zoe Stark was the last one to qualify for the women's side of things. And then later, backstage, damage control gets attacked by Katana Chance and Kaden Carter and Lyra Valkyria. A bad night for damage control. They lost in the match. Dakota Kai lost, and then they get beat up backstage with Io Sky. I'm like, oh my gosh, man. Horrible night for damage control. They need Asuka back. Literally, they need the GOAT Asuka back. It was a WrestleMania rematch where Rey Mysterio went one-on-one with his own son, Dominic Mysterio, and this match was really good. Had my interest the entire time, especially after Liv Morgan came out and had a little altercation with Dominic Mysterio after Rey Mysterio dropkick Dom, who landed on Liv in a very interesting predicament on ringside. I was like, okay, this is very interesting. You could even hear Michael Cole cracking up behind his microphone. He was trying to hold back his laughs. Watch the clip back. You would literally hear Michael Cole trying not to laugh his freaking butt off. In the end, we did see Selena Vega try to come out, help out Rey Mysterio, and she did. Some inadvertent contact on the top rope from Liv Morgan made Dominic Mysterio lose his balance on the top rope, and then allowed Rey Mysterio to pick up the victory and beat Dominic Mysterio. So in a way, Liv kind of screwed Dom here. So I don't know if Liv's gonna get Dom quite yet because she just made him lose against his father. This was an important match. This was an important rematch, and Liv kind of screwed it for Dom. She was trying to say sorry, but I don't know if Dom's gonna take this one lightly. Otis was sitting back in catering, and Chad Gable approached him, and Chad Gable wants some help from Otis. But you could just see, every time Otis would turn his head, Chad Gable would make some snarky looks at the camera and down at the ground. I'm like, dude, he's just trying to manipulate Otis again. Don't fall for it, Otis. Don't fall for it, Alpha Academy. Go your separate ways and screw Chad Gable. Let him fight the Wyatts themselves. For real. Don't fall for it, Otis. Continue eating your freaking food, man. Do we have a new Intercontinental Champion soon? It's very well possible. Braun Breaker and Sami Zayn had a little promo talking about their match at Money in the Bank. Sami Zayn telling Braun Breaker in a way that he's dumb because he didn't do his homework on who Sami Zayn really is. It was crazy. Braun Breaker, he speared him out of nowhere right after the promo, right after I thought they were going to go their separate ways, and then looked for another spear on ringside. Sami Zayn hurdles him. Braun Breaker eats the steel stairs, and then eventually Sami would still get speared again when he went for the Halula kick inside the ring. So Braun Breaker did take out Sami Zayn, so that's kind of telling me that Sami Zayn's most likely somehow going to retain at Money in the Bank. I don't know how he's going to retain. I don't know how he's going to beat Braun Breaker. Maybe with a disqualification. Maybe Ricochet comes back and screws over Braun. That's freaking possible. But stay tuned for the prediction video. I will have official predictions in there. But yeah, Sami Zayn, oh, he's really going to be an underdog of that one. I don't know if he could take the dub against Braun Breaker. We'll see. But this was a really good promo. And it was our main event of the show. It was the last men's qualifiers match for Money in the Bank. Ilya Dragunov, Sheamus, and Drew McIntyre. Triple threat. All hard-hitting competitors. This match smacked. Best match of the night. Hands freaking down, man. This was so good. They had me thinking Dragunov had this. Because I know they were focusing on Sheamus and Drew McIntyre a lot in this match, and Dragunov was sort of the outcast, but he really showed up. He definitely held his own in this freaking match. This was some great stuff. In the end, we did see Sheamus get freaking claymored by Drew McIntyre, and Drew McIntyre qualified for Money in the Bank just for him to be screwed over by CM Punk again. We'll see what happens at Money in the Bank, but stay tuned for the prediction video. Once again, it's out already. Check it out. But yeah, Drew ain't no way Ain't no way he's winning Money in the Bank. There's no freaking way. He's not. Punk's going to screw him over again. But this was an amazing triple threat match, and I could tell Sheamus was very angry that he had to lose this match. But it was some great stuff. Great minute. It's been an Raw WWE action figure setup style. Was this Raw better than last week's Raw? Absolutely not. But it was still a pretty decent show. If I had to rank it out of 10, I'd give it a solid 7 out of 10. And my favorite moment/match. My favorite match was easily Drew McIntyre versus Sheamus versus Ilya Dragunov. My favorite moment had to have been that Jey Uso entrance. It was so freaking awesome, man. What a way to hype up the show. Literally right at the beginning of the freaking Monday Night Raw. It was amazing. Friday Night Smackdown from Toronto, Canada. I was just in Canada literally a week ago today. We are going to be talking about this show right now. This Friday Night Smackdown was good. Not amazing, but it was good. We're going to talk about it. We got new tag team champions, and we also have a new tribal chief. So let's run it up. We opened up SmackDown just the way we opened up Monday Night Raw with Mr. Yeet Jey Uso. Jey Uso makes a super hype entrance. Not as hype as Raw. He came through the crowd on Monday Night Raw. On SmackDown, he just came out through the regular entrance, made his little entrance, and got interrupted by LA Knight. They had a cool little segment where it was like, Yeet. Yeah, yeet, yeah. And then they got interrupted by absolutely every single member of the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. Chad Gable, Andrade, who was acting really goofy. Carmelo Hayes, him, and the top guy, a favorite to win the match, Drew McIntyre. Obviously, it's going to end in an all-out brawl after Drew McIntyre started verbally abusing every single member of the match. And it ended in an all-out brawl. The remaining guys standing, if you will, were Jey Uso and LA Knight. They sort of kind of teamed up because in a way, these are the three favorites right here. LA Knight, Drew, or Jey. One of these three men are winning the match. If it's Carmelo, Andrade, or Chad, it would really catch me off guard. I do have a prediction video on the channel if you guys really want to get in depth inside of my mind on these matches and Brother Dinks. The video's on the channel. Check it out before the show tonight, of course. But yeah, this was a great way to open up the show, really getting me hyped for the men's ladder match and Money in the Bank as a whole. I love Money in the Bank. It's like one of my favorite pay-per-views, and the ladder match stipulation is just so awesome. What a way to open up the show. I thought it was great. It feels good to be using Pretty Deadly in the weekend review. I'm not gonna lie. Kit Wilson and Elton Prince went up in a tag team match up against the Street Profits. Street Profits looking for the tag team gold. You could just tell they had a fire in their eyes in this match. They tore apart Pretty Deadly, man. They took the W. Montez Ford with a massive frog splash would literally sent him over his opponent, and then he had to roll back and hit the cover. 1, 2, 3. Street Profits pick up the victory with B-Fab on ringside. They're looking good. They take out Pretty Deadly, and you gotta be thinking they're gonna be gunning for the tag team championships, because we do got new tag team champions. I will talk about that in a bit. But this was a pretty solid tag team match. Basic stuff. Street Profits basically just win. Another tag team match over here, and another team that's gunning after their set of tag team championships that they recently lost. Jade Cargill, Bianca Belair. Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair want their tag team championships back. They went up against Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell. I do not like Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell. They are so boring. No offense to them. I'm sorry, but I just do not like them, man. Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill absolutely tore them apart with a double finisher to pin them, and it was all over from there. And they cut a little promo after the match saying, "We want our tag team championships back. Alba Fire, Isla Dawn, y'all better watch out, man." You got Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair coming after you. I love this tag team. Definitely one of my favorite women's tag teams of all time. They are amazing. This promo gave me chills. Kevin Owens, Cody Rhodes, and Randy Orton all came out talking about their freaking tag team match that's going to be going down at Money in the Bank. And I was expecting, okay, maybe Solo comes out, Bloodline comes out, ends in an all-out brawl. That is not the route that they took. Cody Rhodes cut a little promo, yeah, we're going to take down the Bloodline. Randy Orton cut a little promo saying, yeah, I'm going to hit him with the 3 most deadly moves in sports entertainment, RKO. And then Kevin Owens cut a promo, which literally gave me chills. He talked about his mother, who is currently in the hospital with his father. And he had the choice. He could have skipped this episode of SmackDown. He could have stayed in the hospital with his mother. But he knew his mother would not be happy with that. She'd be like, "You missed the show to stay with me? How dare you, Kevin? Go kick some ass. What are you doing here with me?" This promo is amazing, dude. All prayers go to Kevin Owens' mother. I don't know her illness. I don't know her current state. But dude, all prayers go to her. Kevin Owens was really freaking, dude. He was like on another level cutting this promo. Like, Kevin Owens was super serious during this, and the Bloodline better watch out, because Kevin Owens has got some freaking motivation going into this match at Money in the Bank tonight. I cannot wait for this tag team match even more now after this promo. I loved it. If you guys missed it, watch it. Bayley went one-on-one with Piper Niven after a backstage attack earlier in the show. This match was okay, and it got interrupted by every single member of the women's Money in the Bank match. Lyra Valkyria, Io Sky, Tiffany Stratton, literally every member, including Chelsea Green, who was on ringside. My goodness, it all broke down. It did end with Bayley picking up the victory, but after the match, it just all broke down. You had Nia Jax even run in, and she started attacking Bayley. Tiffany Stratton was jumping off the top rope. It was just all chaos, and even Michin came in to save Bayley from getting a full beatdown from Nia. Like, Nia was starting to tear apart Bayley, but Michin didn't let it go any further, so she sort of saved Bayley. Naomi tried her best, but she couldn't really stand her own against Nia Jax. But this was absolute chaos, and a lot to take in, no doubt about it, but it was okay. Did Grayson Waller intentionally hit Theory? It was our main event. It was for the WWE Tag Team Championships, where DIY tested their luck in tag team action, going up against the former champions now, Grayson Waller and Austin Theory, A-Town Down Under. This was an amazing tag team match. Hard hitting, dude. They were hitting so hard in this match, like literally. A couple times during this match, we did see Grayson Waller inadvertently hit Austin Theory. Like, he nailed him on the apron after one of the members of DIY moved out of the way, and then he pulled Austin Theory in front of, I believe it was a super kick or might have been a high knee, and then it led to a tap out victory with the Gargano escape. And who tapped out? Grayson Waller. Grayson Waller was the one that tapped out and lost the tag team championships for his team, A-Town Down Under and Austin Theory. So in a way, Austin Theory didn't lose the tag titles, Grayson Waller did. And new tag team champions, DIY. I love it. I think DIY deserved this so bad. They weren't really much on Raw, but here on SmackDown, DIY are tearing it up, and they got those beautiful looking tag team championships, and I cannot wait to see them defend them more and more. Like, literally, dude, it's amazing. New tag team champions. It feels great. It feels good. And please turn Theory face next week. I'm glad they didn't do it after the match. Do it next week. Have Theory turn face. Have Waller blame Theory, and then Theory blames Waller, and then it all breaks down. Do it. Cannot wait. And to top off the show, we had a backstage segment with Solo Sikoa, who was sitting in a freaking tribal chief-esque chair. It wasn't a Wyatt family chair like right here, but he was sitting in the chair with the Unifala, talking about the Unifala and saying how he is now the current tribal chief. He was bashing Roman Reigns. He was literally bashing him, talking about WrestleMania 40, how Roman Reigns couldn't keep the championship. He literally was bashing him and said, I'm the new tribal chief now, screw Roman Reigns, and if Roman Reigns wants to come back and take that position, he can try. So he literally threw it all out on the line. He threw it all out there. No, he's been lying this entire time. He wants Roman Reigns' position. Roman Reigns didn't orchestrate any of this, so he literally exposed himself during this promo. Solo Sikoa, you got another thing coming. When Roman Reigns and the face bloodline come after you, it's all over, dude. Bloodline Civil War, War Games, I cannot wait. That was Smackdown in a WWE action figure setup style. Looking back at the Smackdown, it was actually a really decent Smackdown. I'm not gonna lie, if I had to rank it out of 10, I would give it a solid 8 out of 10. That was a solid show of action, and my favorite moment was easily the Kevin Owens promo. I loved the Kevin Owens promo. It was so good. It was better than the Tag Team Championship victory, man. This is right there. Obviously, I loved this, but the Kevin promo just had me feeling some type of way. Like, it was really good. That was Raw and SmackDown this week. Obviously, Money in the Bank is tonight, so I'm going to be reviewing that show tomorrow morning, so stay tuned for it. Turn on notifications, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss it, and I will see you guys next time. This is Bretto Live, signing out.